here and you're watching third episode of Words of Wisdom. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the 4 underused ways of rebranding your product via social media. You know how a lot of products or a lot of companies right now, they really utilize in terms of branding when it comes to social media. Little did you know, there are a lot of companies that are exploring social media such as McDonald's and Volkswagen that are going into Pinterest, and then we have CNN and also Domino's that are going into Snapchat. And don't forget, we also have Samsung and Milo that really went full on YouTube. So there are a lot of other social media platforms instead of just Facebook and Instagram. The first one is to have an online open house. You're gonna ask, what on earth is online open house? So basically, it's a virtual experience of your company. This is to create a culture branding also for a company. I know that 2 startups in Malaysia that have done this, which is WOB as well as KFit. Maybe they have done this indirectly, I'm not sure, but I've seen KFit's office online through YouTube, and it's amazing. The first time I watched it, I totally want to be in KFit because the environment itself is really calling you. So instead of just promoting your brand, it is also a way for you to promote your brand culture and value and how it feels to work in a company like KFit or WOB or anything. Second is to create staff and followers interactions, and what I mean by that is instead of doing competitions only for the audience or your target market, try and do a competition between you and also the staff, or instead, you can even combine it. So you have a team of staff as well as customer versus another team of staff versus another customer. This is also a perfect way for you to get close to the company. So if you have any questions, you can just ask your staff or your team member and you get your answer right away. And the result of this, people will feel emotionally connected to your brand. Because I read an article before, it says that people do not remember what you do to them, but they will definitely remember something that impacts them emotionally. So this is a way for you to play with their emotions. The third one is to develop an online talk show. It doesn't have to be a big talk show like what you see on television. It could just be a small capsule, short capsules uploaded on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. And it's cool how Instagram now have a 1.5-minute video that can be uploaded. So you can use that platform that you can also upload on Facebook. So this talk show will allow you to virtually promote your brands. By using this way, you can step out of the whole monologue technique where you just telling about the product straight to the audience. Instead, you're doing it, again, 2-way communication where when you upload it online or on social media, there's always a feedback from customers and they can always ask you questions. And this also illustrates that your brand is not all about selling. It's about helping you and answering the questions that you have for them to solve. The 4th unique way is to have an online trade show. What I mean by online trade show is to have a panel discussion, maybe to have it live if you dare, and then you can call people from the similar industry or from different industry discussing about issues that are raising right now. You might wonder what's the difference between number 4 and number 3, the talk show and also the trade show. The difference is talk show could be really light. The topics could be really light and it could be a simple 2-way communication between you and the customer, whereas the trade show could be as controversial, as heavy as you want it to be. But before you apply those tips, there are a few things that you want to consider. First is to have a backup plan in case anything goes wrong. So for example, if you're going for tip number 4, just now where I mentioned to have a live trade show, make sure you have a backup plan, contingency plan. If anything goes wrong, if there's any internet connection that goes wrong, make sure you have a backup plan. Second is to assess any risks that could come up from these unique tactics. So for example, if you get questions from customer that might be a little controversial, so you have to find a way for you to answer it without creating any more havoc? Issue! Thanks, Clifford. Last but not least is to develop your message and align it with the direction of your company or your product, because there's no point of you trying all these unique ways but it doesn't fit to your direction. So if you have any other topics that you would like us to talk about or anything that you would like us to advise, not that I'm a guru, but I will try my very best to give you tips or advice, and do comment us below for more topics and check out all other videos at our website as well as our YouTube channel. Thanks guys!